Begins here on this Sunday, the eve of the trade deadline. In terms of our Sundays, been a busy time of year. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Yeah, my pleasure, Joe. Good to be here. It is a very busy time and an exciting time.
Yeah, it can be. Coming up here this week, we're certainly watching along as you field those phone calls, and we'll be talking about the trade deadline coming up in just a little bit. Today is where baseball enshrines the baseball greats into Cooperstown today, as the Hall of Fame will have its inductions later on here this afternoon. Wanted to get your thoughts on Dave Parker and Richie Allen, who are going in posthumously, and then Ichiro, C.C. Sabathia, Billy Wagner also being inducted. The 5 inductees today in baseball's Hall of Fame.
Well, first of all, a little bit old, maybe. I don't know if that's just being out of sleep in July or just thinking about Ichiro, CC, and Billy Wagner in particular, because those 3 players in particular feel like almost contemporaries. Like obviously what they did on the field is remarkable, but sort of coming into the game and working in the game, coming up in a front office sort of through the time when they were really emerging as players. So pretty cool to see that, and obviously really well deserved. Then of course the connection to Dave Parker and how special he is and how iconic a force he has been in the game and certainly in Pittsburgh. And I do think I like that players like Dave Parker and Richie Allen it's sad on the one hand that they're not there, to experience it. And on the other hand, I think it's good for the game and good for the Hall of Fame to have these opportunities over time to revisit certain players and to reconsider, players that maybe for some reason during the sort of early part of the voting just get overlooked or left out or whatever. So, I think that's a really good thing. There are other players that are out there that, probably should be in the Hall of Fame one day, and it's good to know that there's some mechanism to reconsider that over time. Yeah,
and it'll be special for the families, too, for Dave Parker and Richie Allen and the 3 inductees living as well here today. And here on the baseball diamond, the Pirates have now won 4 of 5, and was thinking about Spencer Horwitz in that great series that he had against Detroit. And for him, now that he's been a Pirate for this year, and you have a chance to have been with him, see him play firsthand. When you make a trade to acquire a player, of course, it's it's an educated guess, but you don't have that player under your employ. Now you do. What do you think about Spencer Horwitz?
Well, 2 things to start. One is just the love for the game, the grit, the show up every day, looking for a way to get better, looking for a way to help the team win a game. I think we knew about that about Spencer before we acquired him, but he does bring that intangible, I believe, to the clubhouse every day, and we need more of that. So I think that's been really good. The defense at first base has been candidly better than we had it in the past, and that's both, hopefully a credit to him and hopefully also a credit to our process, where we think we can help guys improve defensively and take another step. And so that's been a strength. You see just generally the quality of the at-bat, and generally speaking, swinging at good pitches, willing to take a walk. I think where he's starting to get to is just to feel fully confident coming off the wrist surgery. That's a real thing for a hitter, especially in the major leagues, coming off a hand or wrist injury, basically coming right into major league competition. It's pretty common for performance to maybe lag for a little while a player's getting full confidence or even full strength back in that area. I think as more time passes since the injury, we'll see more of that with Spencer, like taking a shot and driving the ball and, beating some outfielders, occasionally popping a home run. He's capable of doing that. I think we'll see more of that as time goes on.
How about with David Bednar? He earned his 100th career save last night, and a big moment for him, all coming in a Pirate uniform. And I was thinking about, it seems so long ago now, but right at the early portion of the season, sent back to the minor leagues, and then he comes back up, and he's converted every save opportunity this year. He's been one of baseball's best relievers. What do you, going back now that in benefit of hindsight, do you think that helped him? Why do you think that decision maybe propelled him to where he's been before, and here he is again?
Well, the results have been spectacular since then. I don't know. I think I would want David to answer that question. Did it help him? we felt at the time, as hard as it was, that it was the right decision. And there was something going on that we needed to just confront more directly, and that, we had gone through last year and through spring training, and we believe in him so much, right? So, we expect that the next outing is going to be really good. But he wasn't really David Bednar, during that time. And, we felt, certainly he felt like there was another that version of him was still in there. And I guess we felt, as hard as it was at the time, we felt a little bit of time in AAA might just allow him to really dig into some stuff that's a little bit easier to do when you're in AAA, a little bit out of the glare, than when it's in the big league. So I don't know for sure. I'm not going to be so presumptuous to know exactly if that was, the cause, but he has performed really, really well since then, and the credit is to him. He did the work. He, took that adversity and found a way past it, and he's come back and been just an exceptional pitcher.
Yeah, and really a great moment for him last night to achieve his career save number 100, winning. They're saving the game for the Pirates win last night. O'Neal Cruz, for him, he homered yesterday, accounting for the runs in the game for the Bucks. And I was thinking about this maybe last week or so. Looking back at some notes from last year, I forgot that he had led baseball in batting average in the month of August last year. 389 is what he hit. And it occurred to me that this year, no one hits the ball harder, but at that time, he had been making contact the least of any hitter. Now, all of a sudden, the last week, 10 days, he's back to, as I think Derek Shelton said it last year, touch the ball. Just go out there, touch the ball, do that more. And that's, I think, what he did a lot of in August of last year. Can he get back to that point where you don't expect him to lead the league in batting average every year or every month, but that kind of hitter that is capable of doing that kind of thing?
For sure, he can.
And maybe he's already getting there here this past week or 10 days.
For sure he can. I mean, if you go back and look at the minor leagues, he actually never struck out a lot. He did make contact, and obviously you expect strikeouts to go up a little bit when you get to the big leagues. The stuff is better, the execution's better, everybody's strikeouts rate's going to go up a little bit, or you expect that. But he is capable of making contact, and as you said, that's the right word, just touch it, because when he touches it, it's got a good chance to be a hit.